Hey guys, so I have had a pretty, I mean, it's been a kind of an eventful week, so I'm just gonna jump right in and start talking about it. So on Friday night, it started out pretty tame. I got back from chemistry, just kind of hung out. Uh, yeah, just not a big deal. And then we went to 22 Jump Street, which was super fun because I fucking love that movie, and it was really great. And so that was a really good time. And then, then Friday night there was a rugby party going on, and I didn't really want to go because like last time I didn't really have a great time. But Jesse had offered to take us down into an area of campus that you need a guide for. So I was like, like that could be fun. Like I'll do that. So he told me the time was gonna be midnight. So I get a call from Jesse, or I get a text from Jesse saying, "Hey, we're at this party. We're gonna need to sing Happy Birthday at midnight. So yeah, we gotta go later." So then I'm like, all right, like whatever, like 12:30 is not that late. It's fine. But then I get a call from Jesse at about 11:30, and he's like, "Grace, I'm gonna need you to come pick us up at 12." And I was like, okay, like whatever. So he texted me the address, and I was like, so at 12 o'clock at night, I put some real jeans on and some like nicer shoes, and I walk all the way to the frats to get the car. And it's really low on gas, which is kind of spooky. But I get the car and I start driving to this party, and I'm a little bit lost because I've never been to this place before and I don't know where it is. So I get down this street and it's pretty dark, and there are some kids outside one house, and I'm like, could this be it? Like, this seems kind of tame. And it wasn't it, that's for sure. It was just a bunch of guys and just hanging out in front of their house. And then, so I kept driving. I finally get down the street, and all of a sudden there are all these cars parked in front of this house, and I'm like, this is probably it. And keep in mind, this is the rugby party that I was invited to, and I very easily could have shown up at and seen Jesse at this party accidentally. Yikes. Yikes. So I'll just set the scene for you. It's dark, it's 12:30 at night, I'm a little tired, but I really want to see this area of campus. So I pull up, and I see this guy stumble into the woods and start peeing, and I'm just like, it's that kind of party, isn't it? So I pull over, and this guy turns around and sees me, and he like looks at me and gets like kind of excited, and so he comes over by the driver's side, he like knocks on my window, and I'm like, and I roll down my window, and it's Jesse's, like, this guy who lives in Jesse's dorm that I know because he was roommates with him over the summer. And I'm like, oh, like, hey, Sean, what's up? And he's like, oh, you're Jesse's little sister. And I was like, yeah. And he's like, are you coming to pick him up? And I was like, yeah. And he was like, ah, Jesse. So he leads me inside. So I'm like, yeah, cool. So I text Jesse to let him know I'm here. And I was just gonna wait in the car because this isn't my jam. So I'm just waiting in the car, and Jesse comes out of the house and starts yelling at me. He's like, Grace, come on, you gotta tell Marissa happy birthday. And I was just like, alright, like, why not? I'm already out. So we get to this house, and instead of going in the front door, the garage is like slightly open. Like there's like probably 3 feet of space where you can go in underneath the garage door. So that's what we did. And we come into this room, and there's a bunch of people playing beer pong, and Jesse stumbles in and like walks past all these people, and he's like, oh, we gotta find Marissa, gotta tell her happy birthday. So we go in, we find Marissa, I'm like, hey, like, happy birthday. And Jesse's like, yeah, she beat me at beer pong by like 2 points. And I was like, wow, cool, Jesse. So I tell Marissa that, and she was just like, I don't remember what your brother's name is, and I was like, that's okay, it's not important. I don't even remember half the time. And she thought that was funny, so score for me. But at this point, we're still in the garage. So we go up into the actual house part, and fucking there's my coach, just chilling there, beer in hand, talking to the other rugby coach, like, hanging out at this college party. I don't know. I thought that was really funny. So, kind of walked by him, walked into the kitchen where there's a bunch of alcohol. I don't know why we're in the house at this point, but we just are. I think Jesse was trying to find his friends. Oh shit, I'm gonna go over time. And so so we're in this kitchen, and Jesse was just trying to find his friends, and Sean is with us, and a couple of his friends are with us, and we run into these 2 rugby girls, and I'm like, hey guys, like, how's it going? And they're like, good, is this your brother? And I was like, yeah. And so we talked for a little bit, and Jesse is clearly not 100% sober, and neither are his friends, so they're just talking to these girls. It's a really great time. Sean, who's Jesse's, like, the guy from Aspen, he's a total creep, and you'll find that out later in the story. He was just hanging out there, and I'm like, Jesse, are we gonna go? And he's like, yeah, we'll go, we can go. And so Sean's like, oh, do you have room in your car for me? And Jesse's like, yeah, I mean, I guess we do. And so Sean freaking steps forward and grabs 2 bottles of, like, hard alcohol and just takes big swigs of them before putting them down. And I was like, that's not very sanitary. And one of Jesse's friends was like, oh, no, it's alcohol, it's chill, it kills all the bacteria. And I was like, good, okay. And so we finally make it out of this party, and at this point I had, like, put my hand in beer or some sort of alcohol, and, like, I just kind of wanted to be back at campus. So we walk out, get to the car, get in the car and start driving, but, like, they needed to drop somebody off at his house, and nobody would give me good directions, so I was just kind of, like, driving, and they're like, oh, turn left here, and I was like, this is a Conoco. We can't turn left into this place. So I finally went to this roundabout, and we finally make it to this guy's house, and it's just, he goes inside, and they come back, and this guy comes back with, like, all this equipment for this area of campus we're gonna explore, and so finally we get back to campus, but Jesse has to, like, go back to Aspen and freaking get his bottle of vodka and, like, put this, like, one of his friends has a beer, and so they just walk into Aspen, which is on-campus housing. Like, it's probably supposed to be very dry. And so they walk in, like, this guy's got a beer, he, like, thinks it'd be a good idea to pour it into a water bottle so he can just carry it around with him and drink it while we're exploring. And so I'm in this room, and Jesse's sober roommate is in this room too, and he's playing a video game. And so at one point, me and this guy, another thing that happened is Sean freaking left the room to go change, and he came back wearing these, like, awful plaid shorts, as well as a plaid button-up. The same, like, blue color, but not the same, like, pattern of plaid. It was awful, but it was really funny too. So they come back and Jesse's like, dude, you gotta change, like, that's gonna get wrecked. And so the guy, like, goes and changes, and so, yeah, I'm just sitting there with Jesse's roommate, and Jesse's roommate is playing this video game, and everybody else has left the room because they had to go do shit, I don't know, they were gonna come back. And so Jesse's roommate is not playing this video game, and he's talking on the headset, but I think he's talking to me, so I answer one of his questions, and he doesn't respond to me at all, and I'm just like, and then he takes off his headset, and at this point, and then Jesse, like, walks back into the room right at that time, which was really good, because otherwise it would have been a really awkward conversation. And so Jesse's like, oh yeah, we're gonna go explore the tunnels, and you wanna come, Kenny? And so Kenny's like, yeah, like, why not? I guess so. So the 5 of us go, and we're gonna stop by, and we're gonna meet these people at this building where you can get into the tunnels, and it's just, we finally make it to the tunnels, and we may or may not have explored them, gone down in, and it was not what I was expecting, but I'm already way over time, so that's probably a story for another time. I'm sorry this story was so long and probably not even that funny. It was just adventures in college, you know? Robin did forget to leave out the best part of her day yesterday, which was prom dress shopping with me. And we found a super cute one, so I'm sure on Friday you guys will be getting plenty of snaps about the prom dress rugby event. Oh, we played a game on Sunday, and I scored like a BAMF, and our team won, and it was just really, really great. There's more, I'm gonna have to post, like, on the message board about all this other stuff that happened to me, but anyway, sorry this is so long, I will see you guys later!